Heyo, it's me again, and we're gonna be doing a live version of a update on the under 1300 tournament, as well as an online lesson for once instead of a recorded lesson. I did already do this video once. I thought I was recording, and I did got to the end and found out it never recorded. So it's like, Durr. So we're gonna be going through several of the games that I've been playing. Also updating on the tournament and covering the lesson that I wanted to talk about. Um, so what I am wanting to go over is a little bit about chess etiquette. There is such a thing, as I'm sure that you know and stuff like that. Um, but we'll go over that a little bit later as I go through the games. We're also going to be reviewing Verdict's games. Um, the there is one that I asked Verdict to make sure that it was okay to review his games. Now, before I even go into start doing that reviewing and stuff like that, some people complained to me that I was harsh on him before when it was just those games between me and him. Um, a little story that when I was playing for the league games or for the club games, I was so happy. I got home with my book and I go to my brother. I won, and I was so happy because I won the game. I was winning the games. And he's like, okay, we'll go through the game tomorrow and see what we can learn, because it is important to review your games even if you win. And I thought I did really good, like every time I was happy and stuff like that. But by the end of the session with my brother, I feel so broken and heart disappointed because he, he destroys my game after reviewing, showing all the mistakes that I made and showed how I should have lost. Um, it's heartbreaking, but it's hard lesson to go through. Uh, but it's important, because you need to know the mistakes that you're going to go. Um, and chess is an odd game because it's not a game of who plays perfect or who plays better. Sometimes you say I played better and I won, okay. But one particular game of FedEx, it was a case of who was worse, not who was better. Um, and it was a lucky win. I mean, I don't want to destroy him totally because he's just learning, he's just starting to play, and but this one particular game, I feel it was beneath him. Like, from all the other games, even the ones that he lost in, he was a lot stronger and played a lot better than he did in this. Um, so this game I'll go through later. It's one that I'm currently going through now. So we'll go through Verdict's game, and it was this one. Now, congrats to Verdict. Yes, I'm happy that he won. But if he played anyone else that was even slightly better than this guy, he would have and should have lost in a way. And it's amazing that this guy is 1128, because this guy, he didn't play like that. He played like a 300. So okay, white had Verdict was white. The other guy was black. So we got e4. That normally tells you they're gonna do the Sicilian, but Verdict likes Yeah, he likes this opening. I forgot what it's called now. I had it on the tip of my thing. Stonewall. There you go. So yes, this was the first mistake. When you do the Stonewall, you absolutely have to protect the d4 square, because if by planting the a knight on c6, it tells you the knight's going to come to the center. You cannot underestimate the power of a knight in the center. You just cannot. And by doing your Stonewall, you've already pushed the 2 pawns that could stop the knight from getting to that square and push it away again. So once he did the knight c6, the next move has to be this. There's just no other move. You have to stop the knight from getting to d4. So he went d3 to protect the pawn, and of course he goes knight d4. He says, "Thank you very much for the center." This is good. I mean, it's protecting the e-pawn. It's protected twice now. That is an absolute waste of move by black. I mean, this just tells you straight away that he's going to do e5, knight f6, and he doesn't want you to pin the knight. That tells you that he's afraid of pins. He doesn't know how to play with a pin on, and that's just an absolute atrocious move. You don't want to give away your plan too early. And this type of move does nothing but give away what your intentions are. Any move was better than this. e5, knight f6, pawn to b6, get the bishop out that way. Anything but that. f4. This was questionable only because the point of the Stonewall is to go to f3, not f4. But I understand why I did that. So black challenges the pawn structure. The white's pawn structure looks extremely strong. So just because someone pushes a pawn up, you don't have to take. And white goes ahead and takes the pawn, and now you've doubled up your pawn structure. You got double pawns, which is bad. Sometimes if you can get the pawns pushed up further, the further up they are, the stronger they are, because no piece can get within these squares right here. There's 5 squares, or 4 squares even. They can't get anywhere near. But instead of just taking the pawn, why can't you just do this? You know, I mean, yeah, he's going to go d6, but his pawns is a mess. Or even, you don't even have to move it. I mean, he's, just because he goes to f6, f5, you don't have to take. And he's behind on development. I mean, you can go ahead and get your knight to e2 or push away the knight. Like, anything other than leaving that knight in the center is preferable. So now he goes to go ahead and does d6. Why not? You presented him with a target. This was bad simply because, I mean, the pawn is undefendable. And the fact that you have double pawns is bad enough. So if he wants to help you out by getting rid of the double pawns, let him. Again, almost anything is better. Bishop e3, knight e2, get this bishop to e2, anything. I mean, you don't want to push the pawns up. So he goes and gets the knight out. Why not? Puts more pressure. Now he's ahead in development. Black is ahead of white in development. Again, this is a pointless move. White thinks he's attacking the pawn, but hello, the queen's already protecting it. He's not going to take the pawn and have his knight taken. Um, White's next move is f4 takes e5. White could have taken the pawn en passant, which would have been better this way. But I think Felix forgot all about en passant. This, however, does some good for White because now it creates an isolated pawn, which means there's no pawn either side of Black to support this one in the middle. So by pushing that pawn up, it helps White get rid of the double pawns and helps create an isolated pawn for Black. And it helps clean up the mess that White got themselves in. By doing those pawn moves, it looked messy. And the king's not safe. The kings are both stuck in the center. You need to get your king safe out of the middle. Finally, you get your knight out and you go it up to him. Yeah, this pissed me off no wonder. The whole point of pushing the knight here is to attack the e5 square. So take the e5 square. If he misses it, take the pawn. Oh, my bad. So you go ahead for some reason to do b3. And you go b5. You take, which is fine. And you take that pawn. And hello, the pawn's still sitting there. And you still don't take it. Like, why move the knight if you're not going to take the pawn? There's nothing protecting it. It's a king, not a queen. It's like, really? So you exchange the knights. And you still don't take the pawn. Now you take the pawn. And now, do you notice the huge problem here? This is where Black should have won the game. But thankfully, for Frederick's sake, Black played like crap. There's no other way to say it, unfortunately. Knight there. White should have lost their queen. Knight to f3, check. Oh no, you can't because queen takes knight. But it's just bad. But yeah, now he wins the knight instead. You get the bishop out, which is good. And now he's got two pieces attacking the knight. And White has two pieces attacking that pawn. This piece doesn't count because it's pinned twice. And attacked once. I don't get or understand why you move that pawn then. It does absolutely nothing. He's not going to put the queen there to check because the entire attack is on your knight. He's not going to take the pressure away by putting the queen there and giving check. So he goes after your rook. You go up, which was good. Yeah. The whole point about moving your pieces backwards, there's nothing wrong with going backwards here. Oh hell, you can even just do that. You don't have to take. So you go rook down. Rook for bishop down, so 2 pawns down. Now he takes the knight, and you're in trouble. Bishop takes knight, good. And then, why he didn't take with the rook? You have enough. Black, rook takes bishop, attacking the queen. And the bishop. Now you got this rook defending that bishop. So you got 1, 2, 3 attack, and you need to count the defenders. 1, 2 defending, 1, 2, 3 attacking. So he takes with the bishop. You move the queen for some reason. Finally, you get your rook back. That's interesting with the pawns. Now he goes ahead and checks. King up. I actually worked this out. Verdict did really well here by moving king forward. If he goes back at all, it leads to a forced checkmate. So by going to there, he saved himself. Pawn forward. Rook there. It turns out, ironically, that the pawn move saved his life. Why he didn't move the bishop? And that was checkmate. Those pawn moves of his saved his ass. I mean, all credit to Verdict, he got the checkmate when he did. But unfortunately, this is a game of who played worse, not who played better. The answer is Black played worse than him. But it's not just him. Like, I've been having a run of bad luck, a lot of bad luck recently. I have had all these games I have lost. I've been in a rut, so I've been trying to play as many 10-minute games as I can just to get rid of them. Because I'm getting frustrated waiting for these. I'm getting frustrated waiting for these tournament games for people to move, and you can't take that frustration out. Like normally, if I burn myself out playing chess too much, if I burn myself playing chess too much, I, step away, I walk away from chess altogether for a day or two. But I can't do that because I have the tournament that I'm going to be playing in. So I've been playing all these games to just like I know I'm in a rut. I've been going up and down like a yo-yo in my rating from 300 all the way down to 220 and going back up and down, up and down. So I wanted to explain a little bit about what I was saying before. And this goes towards the chess etiquette part. Um, when you are playing chess, there are certain niceties and things that you do or don't do when you're playing the chessboard. Like if you're over the chessboard, you're allowed to eat, you're allowed to drink and stuff like that. But if you haven't, like if someone is thinking on a really difficult situation, complicated position, and you're there rustling in your bag to get some sweets or candy, and you open a bag of chips, it's distracting. It is not polite. It's not nice at all. Um, if you go to get up to get another drink or to get up to walk around to stretch your legs, do it as quietly as possible, just so you don't disturb the other person when they're thinking, because you expect the same from you. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Um, so, one particular game, I think I showed you the end of this one. This particular game and person kind of pissed me off. It could have been it could have been totally innocent. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but I am like 95% sure he was being an ass on purpose. The entire time, like the situation that I had showed you was this. Uh, he waited almost 2.5 days to make this one move. The entire time I was waiting for him to make that move, I wanted to go into chat and type, "You can resign now," because I'm not going to lose this. Um, Second of all, he was in first place, I was in second place. Soon as he lost this game and he resigned, I took his place and he went into second. So I believe that he purposely stalled the end of this end game to drag it out as long as he possible, trying to get and win in another game so he would stay in the first place. I mean, he waited 2 days to make 3 moves, and he resigned. Nothing has changed from those 2 moves that he did. 1, 2. So after the game had finished, I was a little bit cheeky, and I sent him a trophy, second place trophy, because he actually went into second place on the tournament. So that was cheeky, but it was after the game had ended, and and it was okay, not perfect, but it was okay. And if that wasn't his intent, I fully apologize, but it certainly came across as that was his intent. Because he was playing all day. Him and I played the entire game fairly quickly within the hour, and then you're telling me he suddenly stopped and had to wait for 2 days while he played the other games. He already lost that game. He was just trying to keep his place in first place, which to me is bad. Now, in this particular game, it is. It was another game. Um, pardon me. It was. What was it? It's just a 10-minute blitz game. It wasn't a tournament or chess game, anything official. But I got called a coward, which is very not not good at all. And I'll show you why. I was going to do my opening. Okay, so here it is. It's only 16 move game. This also will show you what a draw by reputation is. Repetition. Now, some people think it's by moving the pieces 3 times. It's not. It's having the same position show up more than 3 times, and then you can claim the draw. So he goes here, check, and I go here. He goes back, I go here, and he goes back. And he called me a coward for claiming the draw. First of all, he is higher rating than me. He's 421. I was in the 300s at the time, but it's not my fault that he couldn't think of a way to beat me. I'm not purposely going to. He wanted me to take the knight with the rook, which would be bad because he takes. I mean, it's kind of technically it's bad for white because he exchanges 2 pieces for a rook, 6-5, and a pawn. Don't forget. But I wasn't going to do that because he has 2 rooks and he still has another knight and a bishop. But time pressure is a factor, and he lost points by drawing with me. So I was like, whatever. I claimed the draw on him, and he called me a coward. If he can't think of a way other than to keep going backwards and forwards, it's not my problem. But again, that is something that you just do not do. You don't insult the person over the chessboard just because things don't go the way that you want. Um, this kind of ties in with what I was saying before because some people thought I was being rude when I don't talk to people. What I'm saying is when you first start the game, by all means you can say hi. Before you make any kind of move, you can say hi to each other. You don't. If someone says good luck to you, it's a lie. So you don't really want to respond too much. No one's going to wish you good luck. Because think about it. If you have good luck, that means you're going to win against them. So no one's going to wish you good luck when you're going to play against you. So that tells me either they're not smart enough to realize what chess is really about, or they're lying to me. So you've got to be careful of every little detail of what you say in chat or speak to someone over the chessboard. Everything you do, everything you say is just that little bit more information that your opponent needs to beat you. So, if you want to say hi, fine. Um, if you want to tell me that you think I'm very good, that's very nice of you. But if I don't reply to you, don't take offense to that because it's me respecting you that I consider you a serious threat to the game. Until the last move has been made, I will not reply to you. I will definitely reply to you after the game has been played. But people play chess. Chess is a personality game. So how you are as a person is how you are going to play on chess. If you're an aggressive person, you'll be very attackive. If you're a very nice person, you're going to be defensive, constant. It matters. And you've got to be able to bluff your way in and out. So, okay. So we reviewed several of we reviewed Frederick's game. Oh, and now we get to see some of the games where I sucked at. I was white. He's black. Oh no, this one I won. Um, this is the this is I mean I did play badly in this, but this goes into showing you how hiding your intent gets you wins. So he took the pawn, I took the pawn back, which is okay so far. That was kind of a strange move. I understand why he wanted to open his channel for the bishop and stuff. But yeah, that was kind of silly. Because I wanted he didn't, but he did. He kind of pinned my bishop against the queen. Because if I move the bishop out anywhere else, he just takes the queen. If I take the bishop, he's going to try and force the exchange. Queen can take the bishop. I don't want to exchange queens because I'm behind on piece. Well, I'm not behind on this one, but I didn't want to exchange. Or he would have just brought his knight back. It's just pointless and my attack's gone. So that's why I got the knight to the center. But that was bad because he can just push it away again. And yes, Frederick, this is an example. if you don't push those pawns up, you can push knights away. And I kind of wasted a move because instead of going forward, I should have just gone backwards and protected the bishop that way. Yeah, and I was kind of forced to exchange bishops here. And he opened up the F file. And now he's got another piece attacking the bishop. It's odd, this situation, because you don't often see it. You don't often see a bishop getting pinned because a bishop can take the the attacking piece. But let's count the defenders, shall we? 1, 2, 3. How many attackers? 1, 2. So that piece cannot be taken because I have 1, 2, 3 defenders, only 2 attacking. So I decided to go ahead and attack the attacking piece. Uh-oh. What have I done? I've blocked one of the defenders. So I've only got 1, 2 defending. Now he's got 1, 2, 3 attacking, which means he would win the exchange. I take the piece. Now he's back down to 1, 2 attackers, 2 defenders. But he takes the piece. It's a pawn taking the bishop. But what happens? He forgot to look where the knight can go. Which looks good. Knight takes, queen takes. Rook takes the pawn. And then I think, oh goody, maybe I can get a checkmate down here. Totally overlooking this move. And then this move, thinking I can go in here. For some reason he decided to exchange his last good rook. That makes no sense. And then I missed that. No, he's going to win one of the pieces. So I decided to take the pawn. Deciding to give him the knight. He's going to win the knight. That is a good tip to remember. If a piece gets trapped, don't just give it to them for free. Make them pay for it. Yes, I'm going to lose a piece, but at least I got a pawn out of it. So king takes knight. And look what I've made him do. He's put his king behind his queen. Never put your queen in front of the king for more than one move. And this is why. I noticed it. And I'm like, oh look, rook there. Pins the queen. So to his credit, he spotted it. So I decided to go here, attack the queen. Thinking, oh look, it's almost completely trapped. He goes down here. Rook takes knight. Most of you are going to be like saying, what the hell did you just do? You just sacrificed a knight for rook for a knight. King takes. Queen check. And he puts the king back there. And I was like, thank you very much. So my simple move was, I know. Let's go here. Let's attack that pawn on b7. And he exactly did what I knew he would. He was like, I'm going to defend that pawn. Never noticing my queen can go all the way here when in the queen. And that is, you can't get better than that. Disguise your intent. It looked like my queen was attacking that b7 pawn, which it is, but my real attack is the square, all the way on the other side of the board. And that's why I have that rule: never keep your king in front of, or queen in front of your king for more than one move, because you'll always forget it, and you can't cover all the squares. and that's where he resigned on that one. So this one I lost because I played like crap. You all get him. So far, so good. I don't know why. Well, yeah, I did because he moved the pawn. It allowed me to put the knight there to check, but it was just bad, simply because there's no follow up. The reason why he put the knight out there is because it gives me tempo. I can either take the bishop or I can get the pawn up and threaten checkmate. I can't do that on this one. So the whole point of the sacrifice is to create chaos. But if you allow black the time to, or white the time to recover, it's just no good. And it doesn't do anything because the king comes forward this time. And I exposed the queen to being attacked. That was just bad. Like, I didn't even have to move it. But I saw the rook was coming. For some reason, I saw the rook coming down. I was like, how am I going to stop the threat? Why is that a threat? But it's not a threat. Because if the rook takes, knight, bishop takes the rook. And that was just horrendous. I was like, oh, I can attack the queen. Totally not seeing that the bishop can take the knight. I mean, this was a 10-minute game as well. I mean, it's not like it was a blitz game. A bullet game. And again, I just pinned my bishop against the rook. Just like, and yeah, I have no idea why I did that. Bishop takes rook, free gift. And again, knight takes bishop. I don't know why I didn't just resign there, but it was 3 pieces all over. Yeah, and that's why I resigned. Yeah, 2 rooks, 2 knights against a rook and a few pawns. It was, I played atrociously. Uh, and this one, yeah, you just saw it. So he did he did a version of what I call the blitz. So here we go. Even though he already moved the F pawn, I can still do my attack. He noticed the threat. And that was a good move because I didn't pay attention. He blocked the attack. He blocked the defense of the bishop on the knight. So for some reason I took the pawn first. If I took the bishop, if I took the knight, but he went ahead and did that. I took the queen to defend that pawn and threaten checkmate there. Well, check anyway. I'm not able to see any chat right now. Um, I think the restream chat is not working properly. But yeah, let's carry on with this real quick. So yeah, that was. I didn't want, for some reason I didn't put the queen back, but I wanted to attack this pawn and keep on that f2 square, and I was conscious of the queen coming down on this. And then if that was true, why on earth did I do this? I mean, for some reason I thought that was a good idea. Pawn takes pawn. I have no idea what I was doing. I mean, bishop takes pawn, queen takes pawn. Maybe I was trying to block the bishop from attacking this bishop and to give this bishop an extra square to go to. But that doesn't work, and I'm in trouble. Bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, and I resign because you can't get out of checkmate. As soon as you move the queen out of the way, queen takes checkmate. If I take the bishop, knight takes, or queen takes, I'm a queen down, and it's just bad. So it happens. I do play like crap half the time. Yeah, it's that one. So yeah, it does unfortunately happen to the best of us. You play like crap, and you just gotta go through it, play the games, and just do what you can. So currently, this is the 1300 to 1400 44th chess.com tournament. Um, so this one they have tiebreakers because you can only have one person going through. So if anyone else has 2 points, it would turn into a tiebreaker. Um, and then on this tournament, I'm actually doing quite well. I'm about to win one game at least against this guy. So I'll be 5 points, which secures me to the next round. If I win two more games, I'll be secured first place, but I'm pretty much secure anyway. And then on the under 13, not much has changed here. And we got to see Ferdic's game earlier. Alright, so this is one of the games that I am playing right now. And this one I am actually having to force myself to not keep moving rapidly and just slow myself down because I normally by the time you move I already know what you're going to do and I've already thought of my move, so when you do it I play instantly. The other game, this league is kind of weird because you're playing both games at the same time. So you kind of can play the opposite. So this is the same guy, but I'm white instead of black. And he's in a bad situation right now. He's going to take the pawn. With a queen, I mean. But he's going to be lucky if he doesn't lose a piece. I mean... he could lose two pieces here. Because the knight's hanging. So, like, if he takes the pawn, one possibility is rook check. If king to e6, knight c7 check, winning the rook. Except I smell a mate. Um, yeah, I'm smelling a checkmate here. If rook takes... even if queen goes here to try to force the exchange, queen takes knight. He has to go somewhere to protect that knight. So queen here to a2 to attack that knight and protect that one. So as soon as you move the queen out the way, rook takes pawn, check. King here to e6, knight c7, check. King has to go to f5. Queen f3, check. King can't go backwards. So King has to go here to g5. But queen's... If queen goes to a2, then I'll be able to checkmate him because he goes... Because if queen goes to a2... I mean, if queen... let me say that again. If he takes the pawn with a queen, I can checkmate him. The key difference is that if the queen is on a2, the queen protects the square on e6. Oh, it's a nasty checkmate. Alright, so if queen takes pawn, rook takes pawn check, king e6, knight c7 check, king f5, queen f... Oh, can't because queen's there. We'll forget that for the moment. If queen takes pawn, queen f3, check, king to g5, knight to e5, e6, check. King has to go to h4. It's so close to checkmate, but it's just not possible. Alright, so let's worry about the game that I actually have to move in. Now this one is getting so freaking complicated. I did my opening, so he can't castle either side. Believe it or not, I did castle, and I struggled to survive by putting my king back into the center. He came close to mating me, but just not quite yet. So he did rook f4. It looked like he was protecting that pawn on e4, but it doesn't need protecting because the knight and queen are protecting it. So pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn. So that clearly isn't his plan. He wants to get that second rook to add another piece attacking that pawn here. I would love to just move that pawn up to attack the queen, but the pawn is pinned by the bishop. I really want to try and get my king installed castle on the queen side. Yeah, do note that the queen is the only piece that hasn't moved on the board. Um, I want to do this. But the thing is, all he does is queen to g8. It doesn't do anything. I can't do knight f6. Although it would be nice. If I do knight e5, it adds another piece to protecting the f7 pawn. I don't think he wants to exchange queens, but if he does, like I'm thinking, if I do knight e5 and he goes down here and check, forcing the exchange when I go to d7, queen takes queen, rook takes queen. He helps me out and allows me to castle. He's only one pawn up as well, which means I'm still in the game. It's just a really odd, complicated position. Because the one move costs you the game on either side. And as I was trying to say to Ferdit, there was like normally I can narrow down the one move I know you're going to make. And I can plan against it. But the thing is with this, I can see at least 3 good moves that he could do. And I can't defend against them all. I can only choose to defend against one. And I have to hope that I defend against the correct one. But right now, as it stands, he does not have enough material to finish me off right now with the pieces that I have defending. The king, the rook, and the bishop are all defending that pawn. So he has to take. Like, he just has to get the other rook into the game. And if I plan to move the king away, that takes one defender off of that pawn. I I want to do this. I was initially thinking of doing f8, but it does nothing except allow him to pin the knight against the king. And he doesn't have a pawn or a dark squared bishop to attack my knight with. But he can just do bishop. He wins the knight. Queen to h8 check. King goes to d7. Queen takes knight. Not so easy after all, huh? Exactly what I mean. This is a game that you have to watch out what you're doing. Yeah. So that leaves it to there. Even if he pins, it allows me out that way. There you go. There's. I had to get. I have to get my king to the other side. I can't, if I can, away from the danger, and to allow my other rook in. The king's in the way of the other rook. The queen can move anytime she damn well wants. I did think about doing queen c7, attacking the rook. But yeah, so I did castle once. It got totally destroyed, and then so e4, e5. No more opening, except I didn't do my knight first, which kind of blew things up. It was kind of bad. I ended up moving my knight like 4 separate times there. That was odd that he has the same style as me. Random sacrifice. His actually worked. Why on earth I did that? I mean, yeah, he got rid of a dark square bishop, but it made him stronger. So yeah, he got his revenge. I stopped him from castling. He destroyed my kingside castle, making it absolutely pointless. And that's where we were. I do believe the whole reason why he moved that rook down there was just so we could actually move the king up and get the other rook in. Well, so there you go. That's chess for you. So let's play. I've got a couple of minutes. Let's play some four-player chess, shall we? We'll play some blitz chess. Um, Key difference: bullet chess is 1 minute or 2 minute chess. Blitz chess is rapid, under 20 minutes or under, or even 30 minutes. Still streaming? Good. What on earth is green doing? Oh, you don't exchange pieces. You just make each other worse while helping me and blue. So that means red and blue are going to be helping each other. Hopefully blue's not paying attention. Why did you resign, green? Now I have to deal with these two idiots. It would have helped if green knew how to play, but he didn't. Oh, yeah. Missed it. Oh, there. Well, screw that. Let's go play some real chess. See what I mean? I've been in a real funk lately. I'm playing like crap. Ooh, Peru. Thanks. Come on, Bishop B3. Well, that's just as good. Yeah, all the way from 222 up to 320 and all the way back down and going back up again. That's why I'm playing these 10-minute games. If I'm in a funk, I want to get it out of get play it out on these crap games instead of the tournament games I'm in. I don't mind playing like crap in these, so long as I don't play like crap in the real games. Queen can come there. 70 minutes left on the clock. He's 4 pawns up. Yeah, he's gonna bring the other. Yes, good. One mistake is all I need. Knights in the center are deadly. And I can count. 1, 2 attacking, 1, 2 defending. queen's almost trapped. That's kind of scary. Yeah, I have to be off at 1. I know, it's not that easy, is it? Yeah, back your queen goes. And let's put an end to that pawn threat. You will observe I did give him a way out. He declined it. This game technically is kind of drawish, except he's going to lose on time at this rate. And that's the only way that I can win, is if we make a mistake because of time pressure. I only lost 1 pawn, so did he. It looks like he can come down and cause some serious harm, but he can't. Now he's going to move the rook up. And that ends the threat right there and then. If he takes, queen takes. Yeah, he's starting to react to the time pressure. He's still got 3 minutes. He's still got all the time in the world. I would like to get the knight there to fall the king and queen, but I don't think he realised. If he puts the knight there, he hasn't realised. Queen there's checkmate. Pawn can't take. Looks like I'm giving him a free work, but I'm not. Watch this. Oh, he noticed it. You bastard. Oh, you didn't check. Oh, damn it. Um, play your endgame well, otherwise you lose. One mistake is all I need right now. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, thank goodness. I thought I messed it up. I thought I messed it up, but I didn't. I can't win. I'm not trying to win. It's a draw. Know how to play your endgame. I'm only trying to win on time. I'm not trying to win normally. So that's why I was offering the draw. Oh, he's gonna win in the end. He knows his end game, I guess. Yeah, good game. That was a good game. Oh, oh well, that was a good one to end on, I guess. I deserve that. Alright, so I have to end it there. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful and useful to you. Again, I am by no means a master or anything. I'm just trying to teach you how to be intermediate. Uh, just don't give away your end game. Play smart. Look at it. You're gonna have your slumps. You're gonna play like crap. Just take your mind off chess for a day or two and come back. Except for me, I haven't playing the tournament, so